Good evening and welcome to the National News broadcast, bringing to you live from the National News studios here at Rupavahini. We are ready to bring you the top stories at home and around the world. I'm Charita Binuparachi.
And I'm Kasini Balachandra Adhikari. We start off with a look at your headlines for tonight. Fishermen from Galle rescue 3 Somali fishermen. It has been emphasized that donations made for hospital development on priority basis increase the value of them. Many motorcycle riders skip wearing helmets, thus inviting legal action from traffic police while risking their lives as well. Caretaker of Vilpattu National Park says that the reports of about 150 Oyamadua wild elephants being kept trapped are baseless. Steps to maintain Thriposha Company as a government institution after modernization. A heavy snowfall in Britain, flight operations in many airports at a standstill.
On to those and other stories in detail now, and starting off with the top local story. 3 Somalian fishermen who have been in a fishing boat which developed a technical fault was safely taken to Galle.
They have been rescued by a group of fishermen who had ventured into the sea for fishing purposes from the Galle Fisheries Harbour. These 3 Somalian fishermen have been found by a group of fishermen who were in the deep seas on the 17th December from Blue Moon multi-day fishing vessel at a distance of about 700 nautical miles. 6 fishermen had gone in the Blue Moon fishing vessel for fishing activities, and they said that the 3 Somali fishermen were stranded due to a technical fault in their boat. The fishermen had communicated with the Somali fishermen in whatever manner they could, and they have taken them to the Galle harbour, abandoning their own fishing activities, and after supplying them with food which they have taken for their survival purposes. The fishermen of Blue Moon fishing vessel took steps to hand over the 3 Somali fishermen to security divisions for further actions.
And meanwhile, contributions made on a priority basis for hospital development by philanthropists had a higher value for such aid. This was stated by the director of the Apeksha Hospital, Maharagama, Dr. Aruna Jayasekara. He further stated that the certain individuals who are wrongfully defining such benevolent gestures, the physician has made these remarks in response to opinions expressed by some persons of the views pointed out at the inauguration ceremony of the first pediatric blood and bone marrow transplant unit at the Apeksha Hospital recently. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jatisa had presided over the inauguration. This is the first bone marrow and blood cell transplant initiated in a government hospital for cancer patients. The financial sponsor for this project was the Ruhudu Mahakataragama Dewalaya. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jatisa said that he is the Minister of the Health and Mass Media, wishes to thank all those who have contributed in whatever the manner, including financial sponsorships, construction and architectural activities for the creation of this extremely valuable and meritorious act. The minister further said that upcoming budget would allocate the highest amount for health in the history of the country. He also said that the development of health and the nation is not an easy task. Minister Jatisa also said that their aim is to allocate the funds in a systematic basis for the development in the health sector. Director of the Apeksha Hospital, Maharagama, Dr. Aruna Jayasekara, said that the minister and the deputy minister had participated in the ceremony as a mark of respect for the contributors. Their presence was an honour bestowed upon the philanthropists. The director of the hospital added that the speech of the minister at the event had reflected the fact that contributions and state funds allocated should suit the targets of the national plan and national health policy. He adds that he also pointed out the contributions adds a higher value and a responsibility to perform a higher service. Dr. Aruna Jayasekara also said that what discussed on the day of the ceremony for the utilization of funds on a priority basis. He further said that this is a fact that they all agree as medical administrators and physicians.
ඒ කතාවක් මම හිතන්නේ වෛද්‍ය පරිපාලකයෝ විදියට වෛද්‍යවරු විදියට අපි හැමදෙනාම එකඟ වෙන කාරණයක්.
Basnayaka Dilame of the Ruhunu Kataragama Devale, Dishan Gunasekura, has also expressed opinions regarding the ceremony conducted at the Apeksha Hospital. Basnayaka Dilame of the Ruhunu Kataragama Mahadevale, Dishan Gunasekura, said that he does not believe by any means that the minister had made any reference with the intention of insulting Ruhunu Kataragama Mahadevale or to himself. He added that what the minister had reiterated was the government's future actions should be based upon a master plan.
A meeting was held yesterday between Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya and Vice Chancellors of State Universities at the University Grants Commission. Prime Minister's attention has been paid to administrative problems, vacancies in the academic and non-academic staff, problems of student hostels, streamlining of student allowance payment process and a number of other matters. The meeting was attended by Deputy Minister of Education Dr. Madhura Seneviratne, Secretary of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education Ministry, Nalaka Kalueva, Chairman of the University Grants Commission Professor Kapila Seneviratne and Vice Chancellors of State Universities.
A considerable number of road accidents are related to motorcycles. Wearing of helmets is an essential in order to minimize loss of lives in motorcycle accidents, and non-compliance leads to fines by the police. In modern times, a large number of persons use motorcycles as mode of transport both in Sri Lanka and abroad. In Sri Lanka, many ride motorcycles irrespective of being young or old. Certain school children use motorcycles when attending private tuition classes. Riders, including officers, use helmets in order to avoid fatal accidents related to motorcycles. Violation of traffic rules can be observed as a major offence both by the drivers and motorcycle riders.
ස්ටයිල් එකකට වගේ පාලන දෙනවා.
පොලිසියෙන් බේරුම තමයි හෙල්මට් දාන්නේ.
අතුරු පාර වෙල නිකම්ම යන්නේ ඔය හෙල්මට් දාන්නේ නැහැ. තරුණ කට්ටිය වැඩියෙන්ම හෙල්මට් දාන්නේ පොලිසියට බයයි.
ඇත්තට පොලිසියට බය නැහැ. අපි ආරක්ෂාවට තමයි හෙල්මට් දාන්න ඕනේ. කවුරුතරක් දාන්න නැහැ ඉතින් පොලිසියෙන් බේරෙන්න.
Certain motorcycle riders who came out of the homes without wearing the helmet put on their helmets notice in traffic police suddenly on the road. Most of them are not concerned about the danger to their lives along with the responsibility of a fine by the traffic police.
The Inspector General of Police has issued instructions to concerned quarters to conduct a special vehicle inspection operation. The Sri Lanka Police has introduced 2 special traffic operations to reduce road accidents and ease traffic congestion. The first operation targets vehicles with unauthorized modifications, including noisy exhaust systems, flashing multicolored lights and other illegal alterations that increase accident risks. Authorities will monitor and enforce regulations during the 2-week period from the 4th of January up until the 19th, giving vehicle owners time to remove unauthorized components. Both operations are intended to educate drivers and create awareness about traffic laws. Legal action will follow against violators after the pilot phase, with plans for the program to continue long term. It is expected to continue this methodology in the future, where law will be enforced during the instances of offences by employing undercover officers. Travelling on public transport buses to identify and address traffic violations by drivers, including fixing of additional gadgets in public transport buses. The police requests all drivers to engage themselves in driving following traffic regulations as law-abiding drivers.
And meanwhile, the caretaker of Vilpattu National Park, Suranga Ratnayaka, says the reports about 150 wild elephants have been kept captive in the Anuradhapura Oyamadua farm premises is totally baseless. The number of elephants in the Oyamadua farmland has been surveyed with the assistance of the Sri Lanka Air Force today. An operation to drive away wild elephants commenced during the last few days, which were in Welachia, Tantirimale and Oyamadua areas where the human-elephant conflict is at peak. The operation has been abandoned by now. There have been certain media reports about 150 wild elephants being kept trapped due to the said operation of Oyamadua farmland. The caretaker of the Vilpattu National Park, Suranga Ratnayaka, added that the situation has not been occurred and all passengers of wild elephants have been freed by now in the concerned area. Replying to a query Secretary he further said that the herd of wild elephants in the Amado farmland premises have been in the area for a very long period of time. The program has also been initiated to provide wild elephants with the neck collapse having GPS technology in them in order to identify the movements of these wild elephants.
කොලස් 6ක් දානවා. ඒ කොලස් විශේෂයෙන්ම අපි මූලිකවම අරමුණු
Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa says that the Thriposha Limited would be modernized and maintained continuously as a government-owned institution. This observation has been made in a discussion held yesterday with the officials concerning the present situation of the Thriposha Limited in Kandana and future development activities of the company. 3 people were deprived of benefits from the Thriposha production company due to the non-functioning of the company in a proper manner under the previous governments. The minister emphasized that the company would be transformed into an active institution where it would fulfill the nutritional requirements of the people of the country by changing the functional process of it. The minister also inspected all divisions of the Thriposha company along with production activities. A discussion was also held regarding the future development activities with the staff of the company. The minister pointed out that a continuous methodology has to be processed to purchase products by amalgamating the farmers who supply corn and soya to the factory along with entrepreneurs. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa said that the Thriposha production company plays an important role regarding the nutrition of pregnant mothers and children. He added that the company has to be developed and safeguarded as well. He mentioned that an institution of this nature where the government will be able to be responsible in facing the nutritional problems of the country to a certain extent. The minister also said that the Thriposha production company has been converted to a profit-earning institution now, and he added that the development work of the company would be carried forward in the future.
The central bank has extended the suspension of business activities of Perpetual Treasuries Company by another 6 months. Accordingly, the suspension of business activities by Perpetual Treasuries Company as a primary dealer would be extended for further 6 months with effect from 4:30 p.m. today. The aim is to take forward the investigation activities conducted by the central bank with the orders issued under the Stock and Securities Ordinance and Local Treasury Bill Ordinance.
And here's more local news items in brief. Officials of the Police Special Task Force have arrested a female suspect with a consignment of more than 10 kilos of Kerala cannabis in Putlam last night. The police says the suspect had smuggled the contraband from Jaffna under the cover of transporting coconuts. The 36-year-old suspect is a resident of Rajanga near Track 4. The Police Anti-Narcotic Bureau has arrested 2 suspects with a firearm in Hikkadua. The suspects of the 30 years and 33 years aged are residents of Varallani and Gintuta. Polonnaruwa is to be developed as a town centered on tourism. The aim is to propagate Polonnaruwa as a tourist destination, and a discussion in this connection was held at the District Secretariat Auditorium yesterday. The meeting was attended by the group including Deputy Minister T.B. Sarath. A program to hand over equipment to a selected group of students in Gaul was conducted at the Fisheries Harbour premises in Gaul under the financial sponsorship of a private institution. Deputy Minister Ratnagamage has presided over the event. Traders say vegetable prices at the Narayanpet Economic Centre have declined in comparison to the prices recorded in the previous days. It has been reported that the prices of every type of vegetable has gone down by between 100 to 150 rupees. Foreign news on the other side of this break.
Dua, did you brush your teeth? Yes, ma'am.
Welcome back with international stories. And passengers are facing cancellations and delays after several major airports in England had to shut their runways as snow and freezing rain swept parts of the UK. An amber weather warning is still in place from the Midlands up to the coastal. Less severe yellow weather warnings are also in force parts of the Scotland, Northern Ireland and elsewhere in England. Until mid-morning today, no planes could leave Manchester Airport, with all incoming flights being diverted elsewhere. Runways at 5 other airports were closed due to snowfall, and the wind-free conditions have also led to road closures in the north and England. A note could cause disruptions and cancellations on some rail lines. Amber warnings are more serious than yellow warnings and indicate a possible risk to life as well as more significant travel disruptions. For yellow weather warnings will also come into force in some areas today and tomorrow. There was 16 centimeters of snow in Bingley, West Yorkshire of 9 GMT today, while overnight the lowest temperature recorded was in Fairwick Castle in Adrenshire, where it fell to minus 9.3 degrees Celsius. The Met Office has also said that some rural communities could be cut off with up to 40 centimeters of snow on ground about 300 meters before conditions ease later today.
And in your sports news tonight, Australia has been successful in qualifying for the final match of the World Test Cricket Championship tournament.
And the team has gained eligibility by beating Indian team by 6 wickets in the 5th match of the current series between the two countries. With this victory, Sri Lanka has been deprived of the opportunity to enter the finals of the World Test Cricket Championship tournament. The 5th test match between India and Australian teams was played in Sydney City in Australia. India has recorded 185 runs in first innings, and this Australian first innings score was restricted to 181 runs. The Indian team has managed to score only 157 runs for the second innings, and the highest score was Rishabh Pant, who hit 61 runs. Australian bowler Scott Boland has been successful in capturing 6 wickets. Australia needed 162 runs for the victory. The team has fulfilled its target by losing only 4 wickets. Usman Khawaja has scored 41 runs, and Barry Webster and Travis Head have remained unbeaten with 39 and 34 respectively. Prasidh Krishna took 3 wickets for the Indian team. Accordingly, Australia won the Test series 3-1, and the man of the match was Scott Boland of Australia. Man of the series was Jasprit Bumrah of India.
And more from the world of sports. The New Zealand team has secured a 9-wicket victory against Sri Lanka team in the first match of the current one-day cricket match series between the two countries. The match was played in Wellington, New Zealand. The New Zealand team, after winning the toss, has invited Sri Lanka team to bat first, and accordingly the Sri Lankan team has scored 178 runs for all out in 43 overs and 4 deliveries. The highest scorer was Avishka Fernando, who has recorded 56 runs. Janit Lianage scored 36 runs and Vanidu Hasaranga 35 runs. New Zealand bowler Matt Henry captured 4 wickets, and the New Zealand team in reply scored the requested runs with a score of 180 runs for the loss of 1 wicket in 26 overs and 2 deliveries. Will Young was unbeaten with 90 runs and Rachin Ravindra 45 runs. The second one-day match between Sri Lanka and the New Zealand teams is scheduled to be played in Hamilton on the 8th of January. And in more sports news from home, the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation internal cricket tournament was conducted throughout the day yesterday at Shalika grounds in Narayanpeta.
And the news division of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation has been successful in both the men's and women's championship trophies. The tournament is being organised annually by the ChannelEye Rupavahini Corporation Sports Association. 21 men's teams and 5 women's teams have taken part in the tournament. The men's events were conducted under 2 categories: Plate and Cup Championship. The engineering division and the marketing division has gained eligibility to enter the finals under the plate category. The marketing division team came to bat initially and scored 61 runs for the loss of 2 wickets in 6 in 4 overs. The engineering division team has response and secured 62 runs for the loss of 3 wickets and emerged to victory.
පිළිතුරු ලෙස ඉංජිනේරු වංශයේ කඩුළු 3ක් දැවී ලකුණු 62ක් ප්‍රස් කරමින් තරගයේ ජය හිමි කරගත්තා.
The women's finals was played between the News and Finance division teams. The Finance division bat first and scored 38 runs for the loss of 2 wickets in 4 overs. The News division team has easily achieved the victory target by scoring 41 runs without any loss of wickets at the end of 3 overs. In the men's cup category tournament, the News and Administration division teams competed in the finals. The Administration division teams batting first has scored 55 runs for the loss of 3 wickets in the 4 overs. In reply, the News division team has scored 58 runs without losing a wicket in 2 overs and secured the victory. The prize giving was conducted under the patronage of the higher management of the corporation, including Chairman of the ChannelEye Rupavahini Corporation Gihan De Silva and Director General Manod Nadishana Amarasinghe.
බදුණු කාණ්ඩේ දක්ෂතම පන්දුවවන්නා ලෙස අලෙවි අංශයේ නියෝජනය කළ
Lahirul Akmal, representing the marketing division, has won the award for the best bowler in the plate category. The award for the best batsman was secured by Pradeep Rikamaratne of the engineering division. The best female batter was R.M. Nibali of the finance division. The best female bowler was Suresh Gunasekara of the news division. The best female cricketer was Hishani Pratibha of the news division. In the cup category, Prasad Niroshan of the news division has received the award for the best batsman. Vajira Pereira, representing the News division, has won the award for the best bowler and man of the finals. Prasad Niroshan of the News division has also secured the award for the best cricketer of the tournament. And with that, we conclude tonight news. Do just tomorrow, the very same time. I'm Charita, signing off with Kasuni. Stay safe and good night.
Good night.